Hey, welcome everyone. Thanks for being with us today. Today I have Clarene Mitchell, the owner of TCM Communications. Clarene, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me, Tim.
You bet. I appreciate you taking time. I know this is a kind of a challenging time for all of us. And I want to get into some of that,
Very.
see how COVID-19 has impacted you personally in your business. But first, would you just give us a bit of your background, what it is your company, what services your company provides, and what path you took to get there?
Oh, wow. That's a long story, kind
Okay,
of. So I'll give you the abbreviated version of
good,
it.
thank you.
So, my background professionally, 20 plus years as a print journalist, communications professional, mostly public relations, and activist in the greater Milwaukee area.
Wow.
Gen Xer, as you can see, maybe you couldn't guess that, but yeah, I am. There's gray hair. But I had a job loss in 2016, in the fall of 2016, unexpectedly, and that led to a long period of unemployment for me. And I went stir crazy. I went through a lot of just mental kind of trying to figure out what to do. And in the process of attending job seeker meetings and networking events, I decided to start my own business based upon some services that people were asking me for assistance with. So my whole business, TCM Communications, is focused on helping success-driven professionals and businesses effectively use LinkedIn so that they can shine a line and generate results.
Yeah,
I believe, if I have been using the platform consistently prior to me getting unemployed, I would never be an entrepreneur now or business owner now. I probably would have been gainfully employed, but that whole process opened up my eyes to the wonderful world of LinkedIn, I call it, and all that the platform has to offer. So I started my business in the summer of 2017. And so still new as far as in the process of being an entrepreneur business owner, but loving it. Actually, just I cannot imagine having a traditional job ever again. This path of entrepreneurship happened by accident for me. Stumbled into it, but I love it.
and taking
just,
full advantage of it then, right?
oh, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I was before COVID hit, but I'm still trying to.
Well,
Yes.
and I do want to circle around to that, of course. But first, I'm interested in knowing what impact, speaking of COVID, what impact it has had on you personally, on your business. I see from visiting and spending some time on your website, one of the things, I know you may not want me to bring this up, but you're a speaker for one, and I take it those speaking engagements have kind of gone away at this point. What other changes have you had to make because of COVID?
You just had to go there, Tim.
I
But yes.
apologize.
Yes, so a part of what my service offerings are, or my business lanes of area of expertise includes speaking. So especially last year, 2019, did a lot of national speaking about LinkedIn, the value of the platform. I do one-on-one trainings as well, and the bulk of my business is trainings within corporate, educational institutions, and other companies. So yes, COVID-19 has hit my business dramatically. So it seems, especially at the start, a flood of nonstop flood of the emails with the cancellations of my events that I already have booked. Actually, I had to make a post on LinkedIn about another event that, people were looking forward to that has been canceled now. But yes, it's dramatically impacted my business. So work that had been lined up that, especially some events that I've been working towards for a long time that finally had came into being, but now because of COVID, they're either canceled or postponed. So it hit me financially, of course, emotionally as well, especially as a startup entrepreneur. Interesting or ironically, February was the busiest month for my business, the most successful month for my business.
Wow.
And then came COVID-19.
And then that hit. So I'm curious with that. I know I've been talking with several folks about this. what changes then have you made in what ways have you adapted so that you can continue to be in touch with your clients, possibly continue to do some one-on-one coaching or some remote training?
Right. So for me, change I've made is exclusively, of course, with no in-person activity going on because of the social or physical distancing. I focus totally now on virtual training. So with my one-on-one clients, have been doing that before, but doing more of that now. But then now also doing virtual trainings for my clients. So for my corporate and educational clients, and having that as a special offering because of it, we're being in this unique situation or circumstance now. So I've been offering a COVID-19 specific package or proposal for my clients. So trying to leverage the time, still not staying or hibernating and looking at it as a vacation or a downtime. I'm still just as busy. So in addition to doing my virtual activity more now, I'm also focusing on fortifying myself skill-wise, so that when we come out of this, then I'm stronger and have more to offer my clients. So doing online courses, doing online trainings to help, increase the skills, but then the networking as well. One thing I'm so glad in retrospect that I did, not knowing that this was going to hit. So at the beginning of this year, I started, I'm always creating content as a way to educate the public about LinkedIn, but I started a specific series called Shine Online series. So every day, typically in the morning, but sometimes later in the day, I provide a tip on how people can effectively use the platform to elevate their brand, to shine online more. So it's 366 days of content.
Wow.
The series is, yeah, why, what was I thinking? Why? And I'm
So
only
this-
up to what? Today is
so this is-
111.
This is specifically geared toward folks using LinkedIn platform as a platform. Is that right?
It is, but with the tips that I give, and my moniker as a businesswoman professional is branding activist. So it's tips that can help them with LinkedIn specifically, but overall with their brand that can help them on other platforms as well. But I'm glad I started that in retrospect because it still keeps my mind going and keeps my offering to the public consistently now, and people are tapping into it more. So it's helping me to continue to grow my network and to create opportunities for having those one-on-one conversations with people. So that leads to then more business at times,
Yes.
but glad I started that series because it keeps me energized coming up with the content, and it helps me see that I'm still going forward as opposed to, again, just stopping because the world seemingly has stopped.
Yeah, fantastic. I really appreciate that. I think it's been important for all of us, myself included, to find something to keep us active. I know that for me, the first 4 or 5 days I was at home, I was just kind of listless. I just felt rudderless. I didn't have a purpose. I wasn't moving forward like you have been. So I appreciate the fact that you've done that. So as we kind of,
It wasn't.
Go ahead.
It wasn't as hard of a transition for me because I work from home.
Yes.
And so I'm always, if I'm not out working with clients, giving trainings or on the road speaking, I'm in my home office. So that part wasn't as much of a struggle for me, but I understand for people like you and others who are out normally, going to an office or going to a building or going to specific places, this has been a total disruption. Prior to this, for me, I would go to coffee shops just to cut down the routine of being at home every day.
Yeah, there you go.
But now I'm yearning for my favorite coffee shop even more and more.
I totally get that. I totally get that. Hey, as we're kind of wrapping up here, I'd be curious. You mentioned that you were really happy you had started this series. And again, I'm impressed. 366, pieces of content. That's impressive. Nice work. But I'm curious if there's.
Okay, wait a minute. Stick with me, Tim.
Yes.
Stick with me to see if I make it to 366.
Oh, I will, believe me.
Leap year. Why? What was I thinking of doing?
Oh, I will.
Leap
I
year,
will. And
if
I see you miss a day, I'll be reaching out to you. Absolutely.
I haven't missed a day yet. And the whole reason I started was a lot of my clients, their biggest struggle is staying consistent on LinkedIn. And my biggest belief is that you get results when you're consistent. So at the end of the year, I will be able to say, look, I did 366 consecutive tips. You can do a post 2 or 3 times a week at the very least.
Absolutely. Yes, good for you. Good for you. I appreciate it. Say, any last bit of advice as we're wrapping up here that you would give to folks like myself, yourself, other folks who have found, all of a sudden found themselves staying at home a lot more than we did previously?
Well, understand this is temporary. This is not our new normal. This is a temporary normal, but not our new normal. So things will not continue like this forever. So this is temporary. Find things to be able to refuel, refresh yourself, find enjoyment. Even sometimes so this is a confession moment, Tim.
Okay.
So right before this broadcast, this recording, I had one of my scream moments. And meaning, and it wasn't because I'm a talker, I'm a people person, and I just need to get back out in public and be around people, stages where I'm on the stage and hundreds of people. But I'm home alone. So when I get in a certain mode or get in my mind sight, I scream. Hopefully my neighbors don't hear me, but it gives my body a whole refresh, it seems, an adrenaline rush. And so sometimes even if you're frustrated or you're stressed or you just need to change up the energy flow, just having a good scream. And it doesn't have to necessarily mean something is wrong. I do it to hype myself up. But you're laughing.
Well, no, I'm enjoying this. This is not something I expected. I've had other folks give advice. You're the first one to give this advice. So again, nice job. Hey, thank you. Thank you so much.
Try it. You'll like it.
I will give it a try. I'll give you a report on it. So, Clarene, thank you so much for taking some time and talking with us today.
Thank you so much, Tim. Take care.
All right.